So, 1 ton is currently loading down in Clear Lake, Iowa, so he's not available at the moment. So, we'll have to wait a little bit for him. But, in the meantime, we'll just keep doing one as we're going here. We're going to hammer down, head north, and go swap trailers. But for the moment, or for now, we're back. We're getting after it again. And we're gonna do what we do. Oh yeah, I gotta edit that. We're back. We're good to go. Got it rolling. Welcome in, Ginger. Good to see you. On my end, I'd say we're doing pretty good. Been kind of busy. Just getting a lot of shit done right now. Trying to. Been dealing with a lot of truck breakdowns. So it's been busy. Oh shit, sorry Cole. I didn't hear anything come through for a different language, but I'm glad you got that spotted. Welcome back, Dwayne. Good to see you. Now we're getting after it. We're hammering down. We got her rolling good. Yep. But welcome in, everybody. Great to have you. Great to see you. This will be an interesting live stream, especially when we get to the cities and you guys get to see both sides. We'll do our best to keep composure on this end. Awesome. Well, I'm really happy to meet you. I'm glad you're in here today hanging out, checking it out. Okay. Yeah, hopefully hopefully everything is going well for you, Dwayne. Hopefully everything's going well for you. Yeah, a good mod makes a huge difference, especially dealing with people that, you know, try to come in and troll and do whatever they, do whatever they do. Yeah, it makes a big difference in these live streams to have good people here hanging out, checking it out, kind of riding along, and it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference for sure. Alright, we're gonna hammer down here. Yeah, I'm glad the cameras, this camera setup is working out really good. Sorry, got a phone call coming in, but we're not going to take that right now. We are in the hammer lane, hammering down. Yeah, Co's really good at what he does. Happy to have him in here. Happy to have had Co in here for as long as I have, actually. Like, now that I think about it, Co was, I think, my first mod and everything. Like, he's been in here for probably since I started doing live streams. Yes, your school mileage counts as experience. Yep, your school mileage counts as experience when you're getting into this industry. My biggest pet peeve is people cutting me off. But, you know, it's either that or my truck breaking down, which has been happening lately. I think it's based on the school, but I believe that's fairly unlikely that they'll do that. You might be able to get like a mileage reimbursement, but I believe that just kind of is as it is. Sorry to say. So that might be something to look into. I wouldn't be surprised if there are schools that do it. I just don't believe that I know of any that do it. I can't say I have. If I'm doing like country music, usually it's like some classic George Jones going on. But music, holy shit, that guy was watching a movie while he's driving. Jesus. Dude had his phone set up as a movie going down the road. Yeah, the school thing, a lot of it's out of pocket, I'm sorry to say. It is. Yep, that's exactly what we're doing. Just hammering down. Trying to. This truck is a little on the underpower side for what I do. So I gotta wait for my buddy to get done in Clear Lake so I can get him in here. He's getting a full load right now to go to Fort Dodge. So he was not able to jump in on a live stream. can't really do anything when you're getting loads like that. Can't really have your phone out of the truck or anything. It's pretty, they got it pretty tight knit. Yep, we're in the tallest gear we can be, but this truck's not happy with it. It's trying. Hey, welcome on in. This thing's trying. It's just having a day. So we'll make up the time where we can with speed. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can go up and down the gears with no clutch pretty easy. They like the synchros in this thing are a little tighter and the gear range is a little tighter, but I can float up and down in this truck. I can with most of them. These Freightliners are just, they got a tight gear set on them, so it's hard to get from gear to gear without catching the synchros. Yeah, this truck doesn't let me go. I can go faster than most, but right now I'm trying to get her caught up. Welcome in. Oh, it's probably because I'm using a streaming app, so his coloration might not show up, but he should still have the shield. He's a mod manager in here. Right now we are northbound, going up to swap trailers. We got to swap this loaded trailer for another loaded trailer, and then head up to the cities. Yeah, hopefully you can get your CDL before October. I got faith in you. I got faith in you. You can do it. We are northbound in Iowa right now, heading towards the Minnesota border. Yeah, Co's been my mod manager actually since the beginning. Yeah, since the beginning when I started doing these. So he can add and delete. He can add and delete mods in here. Kick people, like he's got a lot of power in the live chats. Actually, I have watched Ice Road Truckers, and I've met a few of the guys that were on the show. It's been a few years, but I got stuck over by New York, and I ran into one of the guys that ran on Ice Road Truckers, and got to shoot the shit with him, because I used to run around up there, not in their area, but I used to run around there quite a bit. Hey, Rick. Yeah, a lot of the shit they do on that show is purely for dramatization. And yeah, their trucks breaking down. That happened a lot, actually. That was a real thing. Like their trucks consistently and constantly breaking. That apparently was a real thing that happened often. I started using this streaming service because I can do a two-way camera where it's facing me and it's facing out, so you get a little bit, you know, you get a little bit more of a live stream setup that's fairly interesting. You can check things out. I mean, if you want to do a driving school, that's the only way you'll be able to get your CDL. So you got your two different school types, right? You got your Turner Burn schools, and then you got your full credit, like full to the board schools. And really, it kind of comes down to the level of experience you want. Like, I've taught on both sides. I really like the full credit schooling because you get a lot more out of it. You get a lot more of experience, a lot more of learning. The Turn and Burn schools, you're just there to get a CDL. Like, that's it. Bottom line, you are just there to get a CDL. But they're good. It's good to do it. Hey man, we've been doing good. You know how we've been doing out here. Same shit, different day. Just cruising. Driving a truck that should be going faster, but doesn't have the power to. Yeah, I'm glad you like the hat, buddy. I'm glad that got to you. I still got to get my ones for overseas sent out, but I got to actually like sit down and fill out the paperwork for it. Just haven't had time. It's been non-stop, man. Non-stop around here. Yeah, the hats turned out really well. Like, I was pretty pleased when I got them that the quality actually turned out as good as it did. Because, you know, you just never know how well they're gonna do. But when I got this batch, they turned out nice. We are right now northbound on 35 down in Iowa. Are you referring to like driving in Ohio, or are you saying like schools in Ohio? God, dang it. Yeah, the black and yellow ones turned out sick. I was pretty happy to get those. Yeah, it turned out. I'm glad I went with this brand. No, I drink other things, but today's kind of a burn and turn day, so that's why I wound up getting some of these. I did long haul for 3 years. Yep, I did over the road for 3 years. Went all over the place. I've gone to all 48 states. I've been to 4 different provinces in Canada. But welcome in, everybody. Yep, we're out of Rochester. I eat about 1 meal a day until I get home. So for my my day, I eat once a day, and then I eat at home. That's about it. Otherwise, it's not a good diet. I ain't gonna lie. Which arm are you talking? Well, probably this one because you can see it. So this is from when I worked as an EMT. And then the inside of the arm is actually a graveyard for patients that I was with when they died. So I wound up getting a leaf for every patient that I was with. So the inside of the arm is a casket with a flower, and then I've got these rose petals, or not rose petals, but I've got these leaves off a vine. And then on the top here is just a skull with a skull kind of caressing a heart with a chain kind of intertwined in it. Yeah, I know. No, we don't get the luxury of trying to do that. I don't think I could live with myself. No, I got you. You're good. You're good. Oh, I think you got the name is spelled different. Looks like we're slowing down. Yeah, I figured, you know, with my time as an EMT, like just doing something for that whole instance. I mean, don't get me wrong, in 1 year I had like 35 deaths, but I also worked for the funeral home part-time, kind of as an on-call deal. So if I get called up to go help pick up a body, I mean, it's a death, but it's not one I was with when it happened. So the leaves on my arm represent the people I was actually with when they passed away. Just kind of a little memento for, you know, kind of everything that I went through with it. And I mean, I was happy to be there. It was just a little tough because, you know, usually I would talk to them until such and such would happen if they were able to. God, why are we slowing down this bad? Jesus. Oh, that's why. Yeah, these construction zones have been a absolute cluster down here in Iowa. We're right now going past Diamond Jones. I was actually in the Marines. I never got outside the wire or anything. I actually wound up getting stuck in boot camp, but yeah, I was there back in 2017 to 2018. Just gotta watch this construction equipment. What are we doing? I saw a guy over here. There he is. All right. I was at MCRD San Diego. I was in Delta 1070 1st Battalion. My MOS was 0311. Yep, we're pushing a 13 in this truck. My truck also has a 13 speed, but if you were here earlier, my truck's going to be down for a while. Yeah, boot camp was a very, very different experience. I wound up getting 3 discs herniated during my T days, and I got dropped in medical and was told that I was not going to that I was not going to be able to return to training. So I basically got stuck in boot camp and did working parties. And that's where I sat until I got out. I'll let Co decide for mods. Oh, there you go. Nice. Doing some fuel hauling. There you go. so I picked leaves because during the time, if I were to have more patients pass away, then I could have the vine kind of run up my body, and I could connect it in ways, because I didn't know how bad it was really going to get. By the time I went and got the tattoo done, I was already at 8. Like, I haven't had to add to it now since I haven't been doing the EMT line of work, but still, it just, yeah. Per year doing what I do, I am between about 100 to 105,000 a year doing this job. But I also work 60 to 70 hours a week. Yep. There you go. Midnight till noon. That's a good time to run. That's a good time to run. Yeah, Co is my mod manager, so I let him make all those decisions. He's been here since probably day one with my live streams. Probably before I had live streams. I can't say that I do any gambling or anything like that. Honestly, I basically have time to get done doing my job for the day and then go home and take care of everything else. I rarely get time to do anything else. It's pretty nonstop. No, for being stationed, I was just legitimately stuck at MCRD San Diego. I didn't really get to, I didn't get outside of that. I got stuck after, oh my god, I can't remember what T-Day it was. But I got stuck after my T-Day, essentially. I wish I would have gotten to actually go out and, you know, do more, but unfortunately it just wound up that way. It would have been nice to go back to my T-Days and actually finish out boot camp, but yeah, it sucked. It just, to say the least, like it really sucked. So I wound up coming home, and that was that. They said I could have medical wavered into a different branch if I wanted to. I probably could have done it, but by that point, I was like, screw it. I'm going to get back in the truck and drive, you know? Sounds good, Rick. We'll see you back here in a second. I would imagine there's casinos in Ohio. Couldn't tell you where, but I'm sure there's plenty in there. Plenty over in Ohio. But here in Minnesota and Iowa, yeah, there's casinos. You just got to get to them. Usually it's a drive to get to them. But we're going to go drop and swap trailers, scale it, and then we are off to the Twin Cities. We're not too far out from where we need to be to get to our other trailer, but unfortunately with how the day's been going, we're not going to be able to get 2 loads done today. I wasn't happy about it. I ain't gonna lie. By the point that I got dropped to my medical platoon, and then I sat there for, you know, however long. But then again, you know, it's better that it happened like that, because if I would have been out and about, you know, trying to ruck up a mountain with a 90-pound sack, I wouldn't have been worth a shit, and I probably would have been a danger to, you know, I probably would have been in danger. Oh, we can definitely chat, trust me, but yeah, my schedule is, my weekends are about the only time that I get to do anything, and usually it's just making up for what I couldn't do during the week. I don't know if my phone number went through on that email right, man. I gotta check that and get that sent to you. Yeah, and I, like, the day it happened, I lost all feeling to my legs. And they basically threw me in the back of a white pickup at Boot. And then they drove around to other events and shit that were happening, and they left me back there for like 45 minutes. And every time they stopped, drill instructor, well, not how I saw my day going. So by the time I hit the medical and I got with a corpsman, we, you know, sat and talked about it, and then once they did x-rays and shit and saw what was going on, they're like, nah, they came to the conclusion that it just wasn't gonna happen. And then when I officially got discharged and got my DD-214, and, you know, basically it was, she put the paper in front of us and said, try another branch. And my recruiter was like, well, you could try a medical waiver yourself into a different branch, but he's like, I don't know how it would go. It'd probably take a while. And I was like, all right, fuck it. So I jumped back. I came and jumped into a semi, and that was it. Okay, yeah, I gotta see if the phone number didn't go through correctly or if I typed it wrong. I could have fat fingered it, man. Usually when I'm doing that crap, I'm halfway paying attention and just trying to get stuff sent out. So I need to go into my email and actually see if, come on truck, I need to go into my email and see if something didn't send correctly there. But I am really happy that the hat got to you. I was really happy to hear that. Gotta get the neck cracked. If I know what that reference is to. Sorry to say. Yeah, Zach, if I can figure out a way to get my number to you, or I'll go on my email and try and get that set up. Anytime you want to reach out, you're more than welcome to, man. Yeah, the packaging was probably a little tight. They got crammed into kind of a small bag and sent to you. So that was the easiest way I could do it to get it sent out, and that's what's gonna happen when I get it sent to when I get it sent across seas too. But I'm glad it got to you, man. is killing me today. She just does not want to go. Just does not want to go. You're welcome. Yeah, I asked him, I'm like, can I put down the name that everybody knows me by? And she's like, oh yeah, you can write whatever on there for that. It's like, cool. So then yeah, I started sending it out where I put the Lorax on it or Gus, either one. Yeah, so I send everything out as Lorax. So anytime I send a hat out, that's what's going to be on the packaging. Yeah, when I get the ones that are going to, I got one that's got to go to Germany. Well, two that are going to go to Germany. One's going to go to England, and one's going to go to Canada. So I've got those set aside. I've just got to go through and fill out customs paperwork to get them sent. I didn't realize how much was going to be involved with it, so it's been kind of a delayed process, which I feel horrible for. But I definitely need to get that filled out and sent out, you know? Alright, oh yeah, I don't have a Jake brake, that's right. So we got to start backing this train down for this curve up ahead here. Yeah. Sorry for, no, you're good. I gotta take this next exit. No, I know, Cole. I felt bad about it, dude, because it's just been such a hellacious time to get anything done. Like, even trying to get chores and shit done at home, man. I feel like I need a beer just to get through, you know, doing dinner. But that's the life, man. That's the life, you know? That's why I pound these nicotine pouches and caffeine during the day. Welcome on in. I can definitely honk. Here, I'll actually roll the window down so you can hear it better. The horn on this truck, kind of weak, ain't gonna lie. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome on in. Great to have you here. I'm not in my truck right now, so I apologize. I am in our spare truck, and it's a spare truck, to say the least. But I can at least do my live streams and whatnot. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, hopefully when I get my truck back in however many weeks, we'll have my train horns on it. Nice, welcome in. Right now we are going to swap out a loaded trailer for a loaded trailer, and then we got to go up to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Gonna go up and play in the Twin Cities today. I got one load to do because my day got screwed up, so can't do anything about it. Yeah, the engine's not bad. I mean, the truck does a good job doing what it does, but it does not have the power to pull what I pull. Yeah, it's a decent truck. It's got a glider kit 2002 Series 60 Detroit behind it, but she's old. She's got a lot of mileage on it, so there's just not much power when it comes to it. And, well, I don't have Jake brakes either, which I'm not a fan of, but... Ooh, that trailer started on fire. Holy shit. Somebody had a brake fire. I think right now we're estimating 2 to 3 weeks. Apparently my truck had a cracked head. So the head's got to get replaced. The injectors have to get replaced. It's going to be getting a rebuild done on it, to say the least. Yep, as long as it gets the job done, that's what matters at this point. Yep, and done safe. That's why I was at the shop this morning fixing this thing. Yeah, the Zinn's not bad. I've used the Zinn's before, but I do Rogue. I just like the bigger pouches, because every once in a while, I ain't even gonna lie, I fall asleep with one in my lip, and having a bigger pouch kind of stuck in there holds it so it doesn't, you know, slip down my throat while I'm sleeping. I try not to fall asleep like that, but I ain't even gonna lie, some nights I get in my recliner and I pass out and I don't even realize it. Oh, welcome on in from Norway. Awesome. Well, great to have you in. Yeah, I do live streams every day going down the road. Get a good group of guys in here, a good group of people, and we just sit and talk, shoot the shit, and it's a good time. Yeah, I started with just nicotine to try and save myself a little bit of, grace, because I was not being very healthy with that. Yeah, these roads are a little tight. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that. There you go. Yeah, the acceleration in this thing is not great. I mean, understandably so. We're probably sitting at about 79,000, maybe 78,000 with this load. So it just takes its time. Yep, that's why I get all my nicotine in Iowa a lot cheaper. I can pick up a log of nicotine pouches for, $24, $25. Ouch. There we go. So this is what I use. Now these roads get tight sometimes. But we'll back her down. We're going to be coming up to a stop sign right around this curve, and it's a slight downhill, nothing crazy. Just enough to where I usually run my Jakes here, but this truck doesn't have them, so. But we're giving it enough time, it'll be just fine. And then, yeah, we'll get there, we'll swap our trailers out. I'm gonna weigh this one first so I know if I can fill my tanks up or not in this truck. Right now I'm like 3/4 of the way full on tanks. So I just gotta double check where we're sitting with it. And then tonight I get to, we're gonna go through and adjust the slacks on this truck. We're gonna adjust the slack adjusters on this thing tonight. Make sure that's all squared away because I can feel it pulling slightly to the left. So that one's probably a little too tight. Yeah, yep. Yeah, if I ever get one to smoke, usually it's like actual cigarettes, I can't say I do anything. Hey, welcome on in. Good to see you. Good to have you in here. Time to go a little off-roading here. Time to go a little off-roading. Welcome back, Rick. Oh, not a whole lot. We got on the topic of cigarettes. All right, let's get. Ouch. That was a little bumpy. Sweet, loaded trailer sitting down there. We got to drop this one up top. Once we get this trailer dropped, we're gonna hook onto our other loaded trailer and we're gonna take that to the cities. We just gotta scale it before we leave, make sure everything's good there. And then yeah, we're gonna hammer down. Because I'm burning the day right now. Absolutely burning the day up. But at least I got this back here so I can grab this before I go home tonight. But we're going to be hitting the cities at a pretty bad time, so we're going to be in some really heavy traffic when we get up there. There we go. Okay. Oh, who just tried to call me? Jake did. Shit. He probably wants us down below. Yeah, heavy traffic will be fun. Hold on 1 second. Let me give a call here. You said make the truck video bigger? All right, you'll just have to give me a second. I gotta get down. Right now we are swapping trailers in Albert Lea, Minnesota. So I got a full trailer sitting in front of me, empty trailer next to that, and then I got one trailer on the building, and we have a full trailer behind us that I'm going to take home with me tonight, but I got to get this one knocked out first. Hate grinding these gears. We are in the US of A. But I think what I can do with my camera is I can make the camera looking out full screen, and then my camera will be smaller. That should do the trick. Let me get this backed in. Just gotta get right and tight to the building here. Oh, shit, that was close. All right. Okay. All right, let me make an adjustment here. Okay, I think we got it. Okay, I think we got it. Yeah, staying very nice busy today. Yeah, not a bad rig. This thing does pretty good. So that's the trailer we're going to be taking. This is an empty one I did yesterday. I finally got my other trailer back after I blew that tire on one of my live streams. That sucked. So I sat there for 4.5 hours waiting to get that tire fixed, and then come on. We're not quite on the concrete pad. Oh my god, sorry for the close up on the face there. Hate trying to pull that pin. See, my truck is set up a lot different than this one. A lot different. Okay. Welcome on in. Cook some bacon. I could wrap some bacon around it and cook it. All right, let's get this trailer dropped and get our next one hooked up. There we go. So welcome on in from India. Good to have you. Crap, this trailer is going to be high. Not high enough to hook though. Cool. Okay. I have not had to use my EMT skills while trucking yet, but we'll find out. Appreciate you, Rick. Appreciate you. You know, Rick, same to you. Just saying. Same to you, my guy. Okay, that's in. Okay. So, we're gonna wind up having to granny low this thing. What that means is we got to take this, bring it out just so you can see that little pin there. If you push it all the way in, I don't know if I'll be able to turn it. Oh, I can turn it. Okay, it's just really... Oh my God. I just hate having to try and run. I just hate having to do granny low. But we're gonna have to get this thing. Sometimes they get dropped a little high, but I'd rather have my trailer dropped really high than really low, because that's even harder to do. This I can work with, you know. All right, there we go. Glove is slipping. I want to make sure I get this all the way up so I don't have any chance of catching it on shit. Okay. Oh, here we go. I've had my trailer dollies fail before and my trailer dipped down to the ground, but that's rare that happens. Let's see. Good to double check. So just looking here, just making sure that, God, I don't like that. It's showing separation. I really can't add more to my day today. Okay, sorry for the face close-ups. Make sure I got no glass back here. Gotta always check these pins. Wait a minute. Where the hell's... Oh. I didn't see anything against the back of the... I didn't see anything against the back of the... That or I can't see in there all the way. Okay. Alright. Yeah, oh, that's true. I would say with what I do pretty alright. But let me get back in the cab, then I can actually hear you guys. Yeah, I'm not worried about that tire. It's not a big deal. It is showing some separation, but as long as we're not pushing on it, it should be fine. And it could just be a manufacturer. Could just be a manufacturer thing as well with that tire. Sometimes those freaking those recap caps can be a little bit of a pain. Alright. Let's get the air pushed in here. Let the trailer fill up. Do a quick tug test, make sure we're locked. Alright. We are locked. Good God. All right, let's hit the scale and we're out of here. Yeah, I imagine they're not going to do a lower tax bracket anytime soon, or lower tax cut. I think my taxes, I dish out anywhere from $700 to $1,000 in taxes every 2 weeks, because I get paid bi-weekly. So I pay a lot in taxes. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. If you ever wind up coming over here though, and you go through the right processes, it's not a bad gig. So just a heads up, we are going to be avoiding political conversation, just to kind of toss it out there. I don't do anything with politics on here. I like to have people in here for a good time, and once you start tossing in views and all that, it muddies the water. I don't care what people's views are or how they look at things. If they're decent to me, I'm decent to them. Let's see what this is going to weigh today. Alright, should be pretty decent. We're going to be up on weight though. Not too bad. Alright. 74,860. Cool. Not bad. I don't know. My cats are assholes. Just saying. If you're talking about motors, this one's pushing a Detroit. I don't know if I know who that is, actually. Off the top of my head, I don't know. Yeah, that's just been my rule of thumb, Rick. Like, you know, if you come in here, you hang out, you treat me decent, I'll treat you decent. Let him come down the hill. Yeah, off the top of my head, I don't know if I know who that is, to be straight with you. Euro Truck Simulator. Okay. Nope, I can't say I've played Euro Truck Simulator yet. I've got American Truck Simulator that, you know, I play when I can anyways. Kind of rare that I get to do that, but yeah, the whole tax thing is, yeah, I don't even know where my stance is. I just know what they take every time I get paid. That's very true too. Very true, Cole. I thought about doing a live stream with playing a game, but I still got to set that up. Not to mention, it's not often I actually get to do that, because 9 times out of 10 when I'm home, I'm either doing chores, whatever, or I'm sleeping. There's not too many different things I actually get to do when I'm home, just because I'm always working. Let's go to the cities. Ooch, that was a hard drop. Oh boy, yeah, it's gonna be a day. It's going to be a day, but we'll head on up to the cities. We'll go play in, well, we'll see what the traffic is when we get up there. We're going to get there about 2 o'clock, so actually it should be heavier traffic but moving. It won't necessarily be like it generally is, where it's like heavy stop traffic, but I'm sure it's still going to be heavy and moving. By the way, if anyone's wondering, on your CDL exam, when you come up to a set of train tracks, drop your speed, lower your windows, and essentially the saying is look, listen, live. But when you're doing your CDL exam, that's an important one to do. A lot of people forget that. That stands for railroad crossing. Yep, RR means railroad. Oh, fuck. And I can't back up. Oh, sorry, big guy. Try to move. Yeah, there's being the EMT stuff in Minnesota. It's been a rough time for a lot of smaller communities. We were getting called out for a lot of smaller towns. Even if they had an EMT service, they generally didn't have enough staff to do it, unfortunately. And yeah, that happened quite often. But yeah, the funding for the EMT side of things in the state, you don't make enough money doing it. Not when you have a family. It just wasn't enough of an income. Unless I went to school for 2 years and became a paramedic, that was about the only way I'd actually make a decent enough income to support my family. And I mean, I did it for a year, and that's with my wife working full time too. Coasting? If you're talking like setting the cruise control, I have that. But coasting wise, I mean, it's more of I gotta watch my speed when I'm going downhill, and I just leave it in gear. So I was an EMT in Minnesota for a year between 2024 and 2025. And then I came back to trucking last June. So I've been driving truck now for just over a year. But yeah, having I misunderstood. I must not have heard that right. No, generally going down the road, my truck's always in gear. If I coast up to a sign in neutral, kind of a different story, but it's not ideal to do that. So we are using a streaming service called Streamlabs. That's what I use to do my my live streams with. But yeah, this is a live video of us trucking. We're actually in a semi going down the road. I just have it set up so I can actually hear you guys in here while we're going. It could be a simulator. Definitely could be. You never know. We are in Minnesota. We're just about to head up to the Twin Cities. We were down in Iowa earlier, and now we're in Minnesota. Oh yeah, I did. I looked into being a paramedic. That was my original goal. It didn't work with having a newborn, and my schedule was 6 weeks on days, 6 weeks on nights. I looked around at some of the fire stations, and they weren't hiring at the time, so Yeah, unfortunately, it just went this route where I was like, I gotta put some miles down and make some money. Right now, we are hauling a full load of recycling. We've got a tri-axle walking floor trailer. To get in the driving truck anymore at this rate, you have to go through a school. You got to go through a school to get in the driving truck nowadays. I had my CDL before schooling became a thing, so I'm grandfathered in. Hold on 1 second. Got to take wide turns here. So essentially, I'm looking back and forth at my mirrors, making sure I know where my trailer is. I didn't have a chauffeur license. Those were stopped in '94. My license is a Class A CDL, but I got it through a third-party tester before you had to have the requirement to go to school. I got my CDL back in 2018. We are heading north on I-35 in Minnesota right now. You as well, man. You as well. Be safe out there. Shiny side up and greasy side down, right? Yep, that's right, Co. That's exactly right. Yeah, back to the cities we go. Back to the cities. Or, well, our first trip of the day to the cities, but yeah, off we go. I'm going to try to keep this thing in the wind on the way up there, but it's going to take me a second. This thing is not a very fast truck. Well, we're going to keep the hammer down and see what it will do. Yeah, I can't even tell how many likes we're at, Co. Unfortunately, the only thing I can hear in here is chat. It doesn't say anything else. Yep, shiny side up, rubber side down. That's right. Well, give it some time. Give it some time. You'll get there. Oh, 50 some. Okay. Yeah, honestly, if driving truck is your dream job, yeah, go for it. Oh, I actually didn't know that, but yeah, glad you're able to find me. Yeah, I do live streams pretty much every day here. But I'm a local driver, so I mean, I'm back and forth to the Twin Cities generally twice a day, unless I'm doing something else, or like today I had to go to the shop first. Come on by me, guy. I ain't gonna be able to maintain a speed. Even at 74,000, this thing just, it ain't gonna hold it. I cannot wait to get my truck back. Flash him to let him over. I'm not sure what an EV is, to be honest with you. Yeah, the big thing about driving a truck nowadays is you got to go through a school, and really it's just for a certification reason. Like, if I were to let my CDL lapse, I would have to go to a school. Yep, I-35 South versus North, very, very different. Very different. Ah, okay. Yeah, see, I would have never guessed that about driving truck in India. I would have never guessed that. Oh God, an electric vehicle? No. No, all the trucks we run, all older Series 60s Detroits. We don't have any trucks like that here. Yeah, if you go through a school, I mean, on average, my students were between 45 and 60. A lot of people making career changes, you know. Most of them were close to double my age, had kids my age. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Well, I'm glad to have you in here. Yeah, I don't think I could drive a Tesla semi, to be honest. I don't know if I ever could. Okay, nice. I was actually just up in Duluth, 2 weeks ago for vacation. That was really nice up there. I had a really good time in Duluth. Hey, you never know unless you try. And I mean, I had a lot of students that were quite up there in age, and you know, it takes everybody a little bit to get it. A lot of my teaching was very individualized. I would seek out the weaknesses that my students were struggling with, and then we would burn through what's going on, what the holdup is, and try to come up with a way to fix it, make it better. it was yeah, it was pretty interesting to say the least. Seagull. Oh god, yeah. I had that when I would run west. I'd get seagulls that land on my hood and watch me eat food. Just like trying to peck at the glass and crap. You're just sitting there like, you're not getting my fries. Not a chance. Nice. Yeah, it was a really good time up there. I absolutely enjoyed being up there. Yeah, the trucking industry with electric vehicles is, I think there's still some kinks to work out, but I like my diesels, especially these older mechanical trucks that we have. That's fair. Yeah. I'd be curious to see what the, I'd be curious about the torque. Because, I mean, if you got really good torque, that can make a world of difference. This truck doesn't have a lot of torque, but it'll go down the road just fine. It just takes me a second to get there. I can't say I know much else about, you know, about the Teslas. I've never really looked into them personally. I've heard different stories and captions, but I haven't dove deep into them or anything, so I got nothing on them. I got no information on them. But yeah, this should be a pretty decent trip here. We got our foot to the floor and we're just moving right along right now. Sorry to say there's not much to look at out here. Once we get closer to the cities, it'll start picking up quite a bit, traffic-wise will. Even on like just slight inclines, we lose quite a bit of speed in this thing, which really sucks, but we're just gonna take our time with it. Really don't need to be moving too fast today. We just got the one load. Might have missed a couple things there. Shit, sorry. so we are regulated to a certain speed. Our speed's going to vary quite a bit between like 70 to 73, but the truck that we are in right now will do about 75. Yep, that's right, Co. Trucking is trucking. Pretty much, it's the same with different rules all over the world. Are you saying St. James in Minnesota? I caught part of that. God, my hearing is shot. Absolutely shot. The thing about campers is the wheels. So the wheels on some campers are not built for higher speeds than 55, 65. All the tires on my semi and trailer are rated for 75. But we generally don't need to go that fast. We can do a quick honk. Welcome on in. We are on our way up to the Twin Cities in Minneapolis, Minnesota right now. We got a full load sitting about 800 pounds. And we're heading on up to go play in the traffic. So we're going to run a live stream on the way up, see what kind of crap we get into, and we'll see how it goes. God, I wish this truck had a better suspension. Good Lord. Getting slammed around in here right now. But great to see everybody. Good to have you in here while we're cruising. Sorry there's not a whole lot to look at right now. At least it's a nice day. I give it that. It is a nice day. So on my truck, the horn on my truck's pretty good, but I need to get my train horns put on it while it's in the shop. Cascadia Cowboy. There it is. I haven't heard that one, actually. That's a good one. I like that. This is actually a Columbia, but you're not far off. You're not far off. If it was my choice and I had the Daycat Peterbilt, I would have squared away with that. But yeah, this truck does all right. We run glider kits in all our trucks. So like the motor in this one is from a 2002 Series 60 11 liter. Or what is it, 11.1, something like that, because they have the 11 and the 14s for these Series 60s. So most of our trucks all run 11.1s. We've got a couple that do have the 14, but they are in our heavy haul trucks. I think we have 2 of them that are actually built for heavy haul. But for what we do, it works. once my truck is done in the shop and we're back in that thing should pull like a dream. I'll have a lot more power back under the hood. But yeah, my truck had a cracked head and had an injector rusted into place, so not good. But you know, that'll be down for a little bit. So until then, we're kind of stuck in this. But I do like that we can move. That makes a pretty big difference. Yeah, we can do a quick horn honk. We're not speeding, but here's a horn honk. Yeah, the horn doesn't match the truck. Ain't gonna lie. It's nothing fancy. I love the horns on the 389s, to say the least. But it does get the job done if I gotta use it. It's just, I don't know, you get cut off enough in traffic. The horn honk doesn't really do much. Ah, crap, we're not gonna be able to move. Yeah, you're going behind me there, guy. Alright, we'll back the speed down. Alright, we're gonna do a quick stop at the truck stop here. I'm gonna grab a quick sandwich and probably a cigarello, to be honest with you. It's kind of been one of those weeks. And then we're gonna start hammering back down to the cities. But we'll do a quick stop while we're out here. Don't worry, I'll keep the live stream rolling. You just might be in the truck for a few seconds here. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it comes out of our checks. Like every 2 weeks, I've got 700 to 1,000 getting pulled out. You know, thank God I brought my flip-flops today. God, that would be a crime. Me wearing flip-flops is a freaking crime, okay? I did on vacation, hated it. I haven't had a pair of tennis shoes in 6 months. Like, you don't even want to see the pants I'm wearing. I am covered in axle grease from working at the shop this morning. And actually, I have a giant, like, 3-inch by 3-inch hole right by my crotch in these pants too. Apparently they didn't want to hold up when I must have been doing something where I had to bring my leg up high and it ripped. So, but I will tell you, it is quick access for you know, when I gotta pull over and check the tires. So it does have its benefits to have that here. I did not get new gloves. I didn't even have time to go to the store last night when I got home. I wound up doing a lot around the house, so. Didn't even. Actually, thank you for reminding me, because then I'll just pick up a pair of work gloves while I'm here at this truck stop. Hey, Shooting Star. Welcome in, buddy. But I figure this is like real raw POV footage from a semi, you know? I'm not gonna like hide anything on camera. You're gonna see everything as it is. I can't edit a live stream, so you guys are kind of getting to see like, what the fuck was that maneuver? You couldn't have waited till I made a turn? Jesus. Let's see here. Where am I gonna put this thing? Yeah, I'll get another pair of gloves like the one I got. As long as the glass shards aren't like super sharp and fine, they won't cut through. Get behind us. I'm gonna be that guy that parks right on the end of the fuel islands. So we're just gonna keep it nice and tight. So there's room to get around me. Keep the trailer back a little bit so they can make this swing in front of us. Just get our door here. Boom. Okay. Yep. We are in Owatonna, Minnesota right now. But give me a hot second. I'm gonna run inside and then we are gonna hit the road and get going. So I'll be right back. be quick. Oh, if I knew where I was taking the... If I knew where I was taking the Mountain Dew, I would have got one for you. Alright. Yeah, see, on my truck, I actually have a sign in the window that says no lot lizards. Because, Lord, lot lizards that I've seen, ugh. Lot lizards that I've seen, I ain't gonna lie, it's awful. Sorry, you guys are gonna have to watch me eat this too. Because I've got the camera set up because so it's facing me. So, oh God, Jenny from Forrest Gump. Good Lord. All right, but we'll be able to get out of here in a hot second. I just got to mow this down quick so I can shift. I thought I was going to have this thing done by the time I got out of I got out of Quick Trip there. This is just a chicken sandwich, or their piece of chicken or whatever they stuff between two pieces of bread. Just enough to get me by for the day. We are in Owatonna, Minnesota. All right, big bite. Nope, no hot sauce. I didn't want to take a lot of time in there. I don't generally like to stop for anything. So I really try not to stop. I'm going to apologize in advance again because I am going to smoke this. Generally, I don't have a camera on me. So, sorry to say it, but I do not condone nor do I endorse smoking in any way, shape, or form. Just want to be very clear. Shit's not good for you. I make bad choices. That's just where we're at. Oh yeah, Shooting Star, we're back rolling. Yep, we're on our way up to the cities right now. That's where we are, that's where we're gonna be rolling here, man. We got one load today, so thank God. But yeah, generally I don't have a camera, I don't have a camera facing me, so it's a little weird on my end too, I ain't gonna lie. It's not necessarily, and I know this is going to sound like a complete addict thing, but it's not a bad habit or anything that I do. It's just every once in a while I do it. But generally I'm doing nicotine pouches. Generally. Speaking of which. One second. Saw an oversized come in here. Trucking in America, I mean, truck driving is the same all over the world. You know, that's kind of the thing. Truck driving is the same concept, for the most part, the same aspect. You know, everywhere just has different rules. We've got truck drivers in here from all over the world that will come in and talk, and so, I mean, you can learn about the Netherlands. I think we have one in here from Puerto Rico that's a long haul truck driver. So, I mean, there's a lot of different trucks in here. Yeah, we're trying to hammer down. We're trying. This truck just ain't got it. Barely lit. Fucking A. But I mean, truck driving in America is what it is, to say the least. It's pretty much the same thing anywhere else. Nice. There you go. That's awesome. You got a baby brother coming. Hell yeah. Yep. That's basically, yeah, what Cole said. That's basically what it is. You pick it up, you take it, you deliver it. But yeah, sorry I'm doing this on camera. I'm not used to doing the camera thing. But every once in a while, especially when it's been a week like this, bad habit, don't ever do it. You know, as I'm actively doing it, God, I'm a hypocrite. What happens here? I-35 northbound, heading towards the Twin Cities. Just doing some driving. We got to go up, deliver this load. Just got the one today, and then on the way back, we are going to flop trailers and take a loaded one home for tomorrow morning. As we go north, you'll get to see what exactly. More than likely, yeah, I'll have 2 loads tomorrow. I have 2 every day, but with how today went, having to go to the shop to get this thing worked on, my times got really screwed up, so I don't have enough time to pull 2 loads and make it home legally. So we're just doing 1 load, and then that's why we got to take the other loaded trailer home tonight for tomorrow morning. Then I go home, take my 10-hour break, get back up, and off I go. And that's it. That's my day-to-day. I wake up, drive truck, go home. 10 hours off every night. It's not a lot of time at home when you think about it. I'm in the semi more every week than I am actually home. Just the unfortunate reality of it. That's just my life as a truck driver. But going to the cities, some days can be a lot. You deal with a lot of crap in the cities. You deal with a lot of people cutting you off. Deal with a lot of bad driving. Like, just isn't a good time. It's not a bad time, but it can be really stressful. But yeah, then tomorrow we'll have 2 loads going up there. Won't be too bad. But we're gonna take her easy. Yeah, when we get up there, we'll go over a lot of safety. We'll talk about a lot of, why I'm doing what I'm doing. Every so often, I light up a cigarillo. I've got no shame in admitting it. Just something I do every so often. Especially towards the end of the week, when the stress gets high. There's a lot going on at home. And then you get up to the cities and you got all the crap up there going on. Like, hate to say that I use this as a clutch to steady the nerves, but unfortunately I do at times. It's just how it goes, Yeah, you're not wrong. Ooh, I should slow down. Catching a lot of speed going down that hill. So that's where the nicotine pouches come in, because I used to chew, and it didn't last long doing it. I just did not like it. Yeah, I should probably do other habits, don't get me wrong. But for right now, this is kind of what it is. The only thing I've ever had an addictive personality towards is alcohol. But anymore, that's a rare thing for me nowadays. But let's hammer down. Okay there. in. We are cruising through Minnesota right now on our way up to the Twin Cities. Yeah, the bridges here are not a very smooth transition, to say the least. Kansas. So we are in our spare truck. This is a spare company truck. This is a 2013 Freightliner Columbia. This truck has a 2002 Series 60 Detroit and a 13-speed manual. It's not a bad truck, but miles on it. I've got a few YouTube live streams up of driving the Peterbilts that we do have at my work, but it's not all that often that I do get to drive them. It just depends on what I do. Oh yeah, I signal lane changes. This just doesn't have an audible noise that goes off when I signal them. Causing a traffic jam. I mean, I'm going the speed limit. I can't actually say what I'm going right now, but I'm going the speed limit. So if people want to pass me, that's on them. But usually when I'm in the hammer lane, we're dropping the hammer. It's just hard to keep this thing moving. Being loaded in a semi, it's hard to maintain speed. It doesn't work as well as you would think it would with something this size. Actually, this truck's fairly clean, but yeah, it's the spare work truck. Like, she's seen some abuse over the years, no doubt. Not a bad rig, but she's seen some abuse. But we're gonna keep on cruising. We're about coming into Faribault. We're about 30 minutes from the cities right now, so we'll be there relatively shortly. I hope everybody is having a good day today. Hope you guys have been having a good week so far. Past this is just a black and mild. I don't actually smoke cigarettes or anything. Just once in a great while, I do smoke one of these. But otherwise, if I'm doing it, usually it's usually I do cigars. But it's kind of a once in a great while deal. Seriously, camera. That's a great question. I'm not even sure what brand these are. No weed. Nope. Can't get away with that. As for we are a local driver. Drive locally. Alright, just setting this up in the can here. I've never tried Red Man, I ain't gonna lie. We are cruising in Minnesota right now, heading up towards the Twin Cities. Oh, better back her down. Don't need to get myself too close here. But yeah, I'm a local driver. I used to be over the road. I was for 3 years. Oh yeah, I've been out to LA quite a few times actually. I used to go to California every week. It's been a while since I've been out that far, but yeah, I used to head up to California through I-15, or on I-15 through Vegas. Used to do that every week. Sometimes I'd cross in on the top side through Donner's Pass, and then I'd unload on the north side of California, and then drive all the way to the bottom, generally to like Ontario, or I'd even go farther south to like I think it's La Mesa, and then I'd reload and drive home. I stopped trucking out there, oh God, probably after the beginning of COVID, because I used to do a lot of medical runs out there. Yeah, I used to go, I've been to all 48 states. I've been to all 48 states in the US, 4 different provinces in Canada. I used to get out all over the place. Used to run the top side of the US, bottom side of the US, just kind of everywhere. But now I run local, home every night, just not home a lot. Oh, okay, nice. Nice. Yeah, that'd be cool. I've never gotten to do anything with operating a crane. I've hauled crane parts down to Texas, but I've never gotten to operate one. I'm sure those are pretty interesting to try. All right, come on, four-wheeler, let me get by you. I don't want to be out here going this fast. Welcome on in. Great to have you guys in here. Always a good time. We're not too far out from the cities, actually. We're a little bit closer than I thought we were when I initially looked. So we should be there. Yes, I'll slow down. We should be there here shortly, and we'll be cruising right on in. We're gonna have quite a bit of traffic today. Should be getting there close to 2. So I'm hoping that everything's moving. Even if it is heavy, everything should be moving. Oh no shit. I didn't know that actually. That wouldn't surprise me. A lot of crap going down in this industry. Oh, okay, Victorville. All right. I think the furthest I've ever been to was a town in Washington that was like 5 miles from I-5 out there. That highway that runs north and south through Oregon, Washington, and California. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, back in the day, I used to go all over the place. Yeah, eventually. I mean, who knows what the future's going to hold with this job. I really like working here, and honestly, if I'm not driving here, then I'm going back to being an EMT, but it's going to be a bit before I can do that. Yeah, lot lizards, shit. California was the only place I ever saw any of them. Awesome. I'm happy to hear that, Shooting Star. Sorry, I think this thing is catching up on comments. I don't know if I heard about the driver down there that got nabbed. That I don't know. What I did on my end to make sure everything is good and kosher was I called Minnesota DOT and asked them about like rules and regulations on doing a live stream while driving. And what they explained to me was as long as it's set up like a dash cam, then it's fine. So obviously I can't, you know, like read the screen or anything. So what I have to do is listen. I had to set it up so I could actually hear what was coming through. Honestly, yeah, I never really thought about it myself. Like, I've been driving for almost 9 years, but it wasn't until recently that I started doing this. Hold on, what was it? true shooting star. It's hard to, it's hard to say what the future is going to hold. I like driving, but I also know I really liked being an EMT, so kind of up in the air. Oh my God, that freaking ladder is sitting in through the cab of that guy's truck. That's kind of cool. Oh yeah, well, we're always safe out here. At least we try to be. Try to be safe. Do our best with it, Once we get up here, we'll be in some traffic, so we'll just have to be very careful on how we do it, how we operate. That was a dick move. Jesus. Welcome in from Australia. I don't know where the hell that guy's going. Good God. Yep, hold on. Okay. Sorry, I had to take that real quick. Nope, we are in Minnesota. Just about to the Twin Cities. Traffic's starting to pick up quite a bit. Oh boy, we'll see how this goes. We're going to be stuck over here for a second because I'm not going to be able to pass climbing. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But once we get up to the facility, we'll see what things are kind of looking like. We're just doing this live stream today. And then we'll have 2 loads tomorrow. So we'll be right. I don't know if I heard that right. I think I heard that correct. We are, well, right now we're barely keeping pace with traffic, but we're heading on up to the Twin Cities with a full load of recycling. Sorry, if I wasn't halfway deaf, I'd be able to hear a lot better, but unfortunately, my hearing is this set up exactly how I want it, so it's a little hard to catch everything. But we just got this, we just got the one load to the cities today since my my truck was having an issue this morning. I had to get fixed before I could get rolling. I actually made a YouTube short out of that. We were doing some work at the shop, and yeah, now we're cruising, or at least we have been for a bit. Kicking up a little bit as we've been coming north. Got a car coming on, truck coming by. I don't know what's going on up here. Come on in, everybody. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, I got a feeling we're going to be dealing with some traffic here shortly. I'm stuck in this lane. I can't go anywhere, so we're gonna have to ride it out behind Prime, I guess. I don't believe I did. This is not my truck. This is a company truck. My truck is also a company truck. I don't own a semi myself. I just have a designated truck that I generally drive, but it's currently sitting in the shop right now. So we get to drive the beautiful spare truck with no Jake brakes. Fighting a fly in here, apparently. Don't know where that came from. Let's see how this goes. Honestly, it would be years and years until I do that. I'd have to wait until both my kids are probably in high school, and who knows what the industry is going to look like by that point. I wanted to do it when I was younger, but it just never worked out. I've definitely thought about it. I've got some family that does it. But yeah, being gone like I used to be when I was over the road probably would not work out. Well, come on in. Man, I really hope the slot opens up. We're going to have to grab that hammer lane eventually. We're going to need that to get into the cities here. if you do it right, you can make a lot of money as an owner-op, no doubt. For what I do pretty alright. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, the thought that I always had was if I basically lived in a truck for like 15 years, I could save up enough money to buy a house. Nowadays, it's probably not so close to that anymore, but you can live comfortably as an owner-op. It's just getting the right loads and whatnot. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that car has that rope tied to that canoe off their exhaust. You know, the metal thing that gets really hot. Oh yeah, that's right. Exactly, Cole. There could always be more. Always. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my distance. That car is also tailgating like holy hell. But I saw that it looks like they use freaking twine. And it looks like it's on the exhaust. Like they've got a dual exhaust, but oh boy. That's an interesting one. Slowing down. Going to be coming into the heavy construction here. Looks like people are slowing down quite a bit up here, so we're going to keep a good gap up until we get to that point so I can gauge where traffic speed is. I gotta say, if I was strapping a canoe down to the top of a car, I don't think I'd run it by my exhaust. I don't want it near any moving parts or things that get hot. But then again, it could have been tied down to something else. It just looked like it was going over the exhaust. That's all I can say about it, is it looked like it. Alright, got a car merging on. Got one next to me. Yep. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. So back when I was over the road and I was driving the way I was driving, I had three fail-safes set up for if I got tired. The first one was generally like a sour energy drink or sour candy or something that would really twist my face up, right? The second thing was always rolling down the window, you know, having air coming through, music. And if it got to the point where that wasn't working, I had these ammonia capsules that you could break under your nose and it would just absolutely light your sinuses on fire. And by that point, I would have an hour at most till I had to park. But yeah, I've definitely been there. Yeah, so far today we're doing pretty good. We're just getting up into the cities. Time to go through some heavy construction. Should be a good time. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, Cole. I would not doubt that in the slightest. I mean, I guess if it works, but I don't know. You got me. Ooh, we're slowing down. Right now we are up in the Twin Cities in Minneapolis, heading to St. Paul. Got a full load on. We're sitting about 74,800 pounds, and we're gonna go get this trailer dumped. I've got a tri-axle walking floor trailer, so we're gonna go up, get this dumped, and then we got to go swap trailers, and off we go. Back in the day, when I was over the road and I was going out to California, I was doing it in 4 days and back. So I would leave Minnesota, get to Rawlins, Wyoming. From Rawlins, Wyoming, I'd go all the way out to California, and generally it made for some days. Absolutely made for some days. And then after California, unload, reload, sleep whatever I sleep there, I would drive all the way back to Rawlins or Casper, Wyoming, and then I would drive home. And then I'd stay home for 24 hours, and I'd do it again. And I did that for like 2 months straight before I couldn't anymore. So I needed to sleep, like I kept a really, really close eye on it. Yep, it's a little different here for that. I've been driving trucks for about, I'm pushing year 9 right now. Oh, I'm buffering. Oh wait, is my video buffering, or is it because traffic's on the other side? So yeah, things are backwards here compared to, you know, some countries. Oh, alright, we did lose service for a second there. Okay. Oopsie daisy. Okay, videos and sound are back. Good. Oh shit, we're not gonna be able to get over. Jesus, what are we slowing down for up here? Take me forever to get back to speed. Crap. Minnesota snow removal, that's a good one. That's kind of hard to say. I think for the most part they do a fairly decent job, except in town. In town snow removal, at least where I'm from, is awful. Yeah, I know, Rick. I gotta slow down and yeah. Just gotta watch what's going on. Oh, Rick, it was one of those smart buses that are cruising around up here. Those guys usually are not moving very fast at all. Are you gonna move over? Because I would like to go here. And I can't move over. There's always that too, Cole. Yeah, you never know. You never know what's gonna happen. Alright, got 3 cars merging on. Slow lane is still open. Get out of the center lane. Try and clear that up. Must have missed it, Rick. Must have missed it. Sometimes I use my headlight in day. Depends. Right now we don't have any lights on. Hey Lane, welcome in. Usually during the day, but I run the headlights when I really off. Which there's nothing wrong with running your headlights during the daytime, you know. Oop, take our time here. Take our time here. Yeah, I have aftermarket headlights in my truck that I drive. This one does not have the greatest headlights, but it is what it is, you know. I don't even know what brand I'm running for headlights, to be honest with you. I think they're Terminators. This truck, I'm pretty sure, is running stock headlights. All right, here's where it gets fun. All good, Co. All good. I know Joey's got a big following and whatnot. No big deal. I'm sure a lot of people that watch this probably watch his. It don't matter to me, man. It's all good. Are you seeing this thing not working? And we're slowing. We are up on I-35 North in the Twin Cities in Minnesota. Just a cruising up here. But I can see how this would look like Illinois. I can see that a lot. Yep, you definitely got it. Slowing down. Oh, nice. Very nice. Well, good to have you in here. Good to have you in here. Yeah, we're up here twice a day doing work. Down, just kind of watching traffic right now. There's a lot of moving going on up ahead of us. People are jumping back and forth lanes right now. We're probably going to get cut off eventually. It's really hard to tell if these people are going to be coming over or not. Oh, there it is. Fair. Fair. Yep. I've got a buddy that was working at the jail.